Yes, you can make your 3D prints look just like wood. It may not be as simple as choosing to print with a wood PLA, but I will show you a couple easy techniques you can use to get your wood PLA to go from this to this. Welcome to 3D Max Builds. Today I'll show you how you can make your wood PLA 3D print look just like real wood. This PLA has wood flour mixed in, but when you print it, it really doesn't look much different than any other light tan PLA. But with the wood flour mixed in, you do get some properties of real wood. You get a nice matte finish. You get a little rougher texture than regular PLA, so it feels more like wood and less like plastic. And you can use a wood stain to really give it a nice finished wood look. However, there are some disadvantages. Here are some of the pros and cons of using wood PLA. Most wood PLAs have anywhere from a 10 to 35% mix of wood. Keep in mind the higher percentages will also increase the risks and rewards of using it. The one I used is by Elegoo, and on their website it states it's easy to print, but does not say what percentage of wood flour is mixed in. Because of that, I'm guessing this is in the 10 to 15% range. With this one, I didn't run into any problems on my printers, and I was really happy with the end result. I wanted to try this first technique I've seen before. It gives you a wood texture right off the printer, so I wanted to test that out first. To do this, you need to either find or make your own wood grain SVG file. Just find an image of wood grain online, or just take a picture of a piece of wood. Personally, I like to use Inkscape to convert the file. It does what I need for vector images, plus it's free. Under the path menu, click on Trace Bitmap. Then update the settings on the right until you're happy with the look, and then save the file as an SVG. Now go into your slicer. I'll show you how to do this in Bamboo Studio, but these steps will be the same in other slicers like Anycubic, Orca, and Prusa as well. First, I need a part, so I'll make a wood plank to test. You can add basic shapes in your slicer by clicking on Add Primitive. To make the wood plank, start by adding a cube. Unclick Uniform Scale, then change the size to make a 6x4 inch wood plank that's 1/8 of an inch thick. To add the wood grain texture, you need to add a negative part. Select SVG at the bottom, then select the wood grain SVG. Align and size it so you're happy with the look. Then move it so it sits just below the top of the model. Then I slice it. You can see this one cuts into the model just one layer deep. And then I print the file. You can see the wood grain texture, but it still looks like plastic. I slice and print another to see how it looks 2 layers deep. The grain is more defined with this one. I will still need to finish them to look more like wood, but there is an issue with this method. It only works for a top flat surface, which really limits what you can do with it, but I did find another method that works for any shape. This file is by PandaN and can be found on Maker World. Basically, it's a giant log that you can use as a modifier. I thought this was a really smart approach and wanted to try it out. After you open the file, you can replace the test model with any file you want. I will use this wavy bowl. You can resize and rotate the log to get the grain in any direction you want. Then slice the file. After slicing, you can see how the grain is going to look before you print it. I'm happy with how it looks, so I'm ready to print. I also printed a bowl without the modifiers so you can see the difference. I think this looks awesome. Now let's finish these parts to make them look more like wood. I did a small test print to see what works best for staining the print. This side has an oil-based wood stain, and this side was done with a gel stain that I got on Amazon. The gel was very easy to work with, and this is only 1 coat. The oil-based stain here is 4 coats, and it barely even made a difference. So I'll go ahead and stick with the gel stain. I put a link in the video description for it as well. I'll start with the wood plank with the grain down just 1 layer. Before staining, I do a quick sanding pass with a 320 grit sandpaper. This is just to get a good surface to apply the stain. I apply the gel stain with a paintbrush. After I finish painting the surface, I use a cloth to wipe it down. I wipe it in the same direction that the grain would be going. I think it looks pretty good, especially when you compare it to an unfinished piece, but it still looks fake. So I do the same for the piece with the grain going down 2 layers. Paint the gel on with a paintbrush, then wipe it down with a cloth. There's definitely more contrast since it's harder to wipe away the stain with the deeper grooves. Again, I think it looks good, but it's still obvious it's fake. Now I want to see how the stain looks on the bowl. I do a light sanding pass on the bowl as well. I don't want to sand too much because I don't want to lose the texture from the modifier. After I'm done sanding, I apply the gel stain to the inside. I make sure to apply it to the entire inside surface. Then I wipe it down with a cloth. It's looking good so far. This process ends up working well because it looks darker where the log modifier was since the surface is not as smooth, so the stain does not wipe off as easily there. For the outside, I just apply the stain to half of the model and then wipe it down. Then I did the same for the other half. That made it easier to handle while I was painting. To me, this looks much more convincing. I think the modifier approach is much better than cutting the grain in a layer or two. Plus, this can be used on any shape, not just a flat surface. Here's the bowl with the wood grain and finished with the stain, compared to my second unfinished bowl. I'll show you how the modifier works by applying it to my wood grain file. I even saved it on printables so you can download it and use it yourself. But first I want to show you one more print I made just for fun. Since I'm printing with a wood PLA, I had no choice. I had to print a baby Groot. Actually, a couple of them. One printed on the Bamboo P1S and the other on the Cobra X. I don't sand this one, I just apply the gel stain. I start with the body, then wipe it down. Then I do the head and wipe that down as well. I also want to add some detail by airbrushing some green at the top of his head. And I use these acrylic markers for the eyes. Here he is completed compared to my second unfinished one. Since using wood grain as a modifier gave the best results, I want to apply that to my wood grain file. Instead of using the wood grain as a negative part, I will change it to a modifier. Now I'll make the changes to the modifier itself. I'm going to apply all the same settings that were in PandaN's log modifier. The walls need fuzzy skin added, and for the top layer, the infill direction needs to be a different angle as the rest of the print. Any changes you make here are only applied to the areas under the modifier. This time the modifier will run all the way through the model. After resizing it, I slice the file. With all this detail, my computer struggled to slice the file, plus the time to print is over 4 hours. But I go ahead and print it as is anyway. I also made a second option with the grain enlarged, so there's not as much detail. This one sliced much faster, and the print time went down to under 2 hours. I'll go ahead and print this one. Here's the first print with a more detailed grain. And here's the second with a less detailed grain. These look really good, especially compared to the first two I made using the negative part. Now let's see how they look finished. I start by sanding the first one, then painting on the stain and wiping it off with the cloth. This really looks like a piece of wood and not a 3D print. Now I work on the second one. I start with a light sanding, then paint on the stain. Instead of using the cloth to wipe this one off, I just continue going back and forth with the brush without adding more stain to spread it and thin it out. I just keep going up and down along the grain. I couldn't believe how much this 3D print looked like a real piece of wood. I'm very happy with this one. The wood PLA from Elegoo worked very well for these prints, plus using wood grain as a modifier is definitely the way to go. A negative part still gives you a fake wood look, plus it only works for a flat surface. As a modifier, you can apply it to any shape you want. The log file I used is by PandaN and is available on MakerWorld. And I uploaded my wood grain modifier to printables so you can try either one. Or you can make your own using the same methods I showed you in this video. I hope you enjoyed this video and it helps you in your next wood PLA print. Please like and subscribe and check this out next. Thank you for watching.